In this video we're going to introduce how to create simple 3D forms using Fusion 360. Once we've opened Fusion 360 and we have our blank model space, I'm going to start by creating a new document by saving this one. So if we click on the save icon, I'm then going to create a new folder in our cloud drive for this project, give our file a name and then click save. So even though we're creating a 3D model, we're going to start off by drawing a two-dimensional sketch. So if we click on sketch, you'll see the option come up on your model space for 3 planes that you can sketch on. We're going to select the XZ plane, which is the bottom one there. You can use the roller on your mouse to zoom in. You'll see the grid lines get more accurate. And we're going to draw a simple circle from the center point to have a 20mm diameter. You'll notice it clicks to the grid to help you create accurate drawings. Then once we finish our circle, we click Finish Sketch to return back to the 3D model space. We can use the cube in the top right hand corner to view the model space from different perspectives, and we can use the tools at the bottom of the model space to zoom in and out or to pan around the page. This can also be done using the roller on the mouse. So next we're going to use the extrude function, clicking on extrude, and then an arrow appears above that circle, so we can pull that, and you'll notice the thickness 1mm, 2mm, 3mm, 4mm goes up as we pull that up. We want a 4mm cylinder, so that's what we want to keep. It says new body there, which is what we want. Everything else is the same. Then we click on OK. So there's our first three-dimensional form. Now we've got our 3D form, we can click on bodies, there's our body there, and we can assign a physical material to it. So it'll have those physical attributes of whatever material you select. We're going to have a polymer, so if we scroll down to plastics, and we're going to have an ABS. Just drag that across. You'll notice the appearance changes and it now has the properties of that material. We can also change the name of the body by double clicking on body 1 and giving it our own name. So if we click on sketch again, you'll notice we can still choose a plane to draw on, or we can select a face now, which we're going to do. We're going to select the top face of that cylinder, and we're going to draw a second circle of a 16mm radius, and then click on Finish Sketch to complete. Then, just like the last one, we're going to extrude this circle into a cylinder. This time it's going to be 20mm tool, and we're going to give it a slight taper. So we're going to give it a taper angle of -3, which means it will go in at a 3-degree angle. The operation is join this time, not new body, which means it's going to attach to the previous body. So that's all one solid form now. Next, we're going to use the fillet tool, and we're going to round off the edge around that bottom lip, and we're going to round it off at 2mm radius. So we can just push that in and you'll notice it goes to 2mm, then click OK. One of the nice things about Fusion 360 is the timeline along the bottom. We can go back through all the previous functions and edit. So if we right click and edit the feature of the first extrusion, we said 4mm extrusion, but actually we're going to change that to 3, and when we click on OK, it exchanges that to a slightly thinner lip, but anything that's happened subsequently has been altered accordingly. We're going to create our next sketch on a plane that is 90 degrees to the ones we've used so far. So we're going to choose the XY plane, which is that one there. And we're going to create our sketch on top of the form we've got already. So we can zoom in nice and close, we get the more accurate grid. Then we click on Create, and we've got a line tool, so we can do a more irregular form. So using the grid to make sure we've got nice accurate lines. You'll notice when I close up this shape, it'll shade in blue just to show that it is one complete surface. I can also use the fillet tool in sketch mode, so we can round off the corner of those two lines there. So just drag that in to create a 1.5mm radius, and then once we're happy with it, we're going to click Finish Sketch. If we bring it round to an isometric view, you can see that our drawing now is at a 90-degree plane to our surface. We're not going to use the Extrude tool this time. We're going to revolve this sketch around a center point to make a solid. So we select our object, we then select an axis for it to go around, and it will revolve around that center point. If we can change the angle, for example, if we put it down to 30 degrees, it'll just do a 30-degree revolve, but we want it to go all the way around. It says join, which is great, so we click on OK. So that is all part of the same body now. Our next sketch is going to be drawn on our top surface. I'm going to use the line tool again. I'm going to find the center of the circle to the outside of that top face. And then we're going to trim off the bit that's in the center circle. So we're left with just that one short line. If we then go up to the Create menu and down to Circular Pattern, we can then repeat that line around a center point as many times as we like. So if we start by selecting the line and then selecting the center point, which is the middle of that circle, it's automatically, if we get rid of that, it's automatically repeated that now 3 times around that center point. And we can just increase the number of increments that we want on there. We're going to go up to 12. So we've got 12 equal increments around that center point. Finish sketch. And we're going to use Extrude in a different way this time. We're going to select every other face that we've created, and rather than extrude up, this time we're going to extrude down. So if we go down, you'll notice it changes to a cut operation, and the red shading indicates what will be taken away. Click OK, and then we have our finished 3-dimensional body. So we can now save the next version of our model. So we can change the description there to first iteration. And it'll save that version of our model. So if we click on the top left icon, which is our data panel, we can see our model is saved there, and if we click on V2, you can see that you can open up any version you saved along the way of creating that model.